In this video, I'm gonna share with you a simple but highly effective scalping strategy for crypto that could potentially make you a lot of money long term. Even though this strategy is super simple, my advice is to pay close attention to this video because there are some tiny but essential details that might be missed if, you don't pay close attention. To prove how powerful this strategy can be, I will also backtest it 150 times using a risk to reward ratio of 1:2. So be sure to stick around for exactly that. Let's get into it. We're gonna do this strategy on the chart of BTC USD 15-minute time frame. Now let's build our setup step by step, starting with adding the indicators that we need. For the first indicator, head over to the indicator search tab and type in Parabolic SAR with alerts. Be sure to select this one by Joy Bengla. Yeah, this guy. Then we're gonna double click on the indicator to access the settings panel. Click on the style tab and uncheck the plot option, and then change the plot's color to this primary green and this primary red. And then click OK. So this indicator will be our entry confirmation indicator. It's a parabolic SAR indicator, only without the dots. This green parabolic SAR label indicates the beginning of a bullish parabolic SAR, and this red parabolic SAR label indicates the beginning of a bearish parabolic SAR. We're gonna take a long trade whenever the indicator prints a green parabolic SAR label like this one, and we're gonna take a short trade whenever the indicator prints a red parabolic SAR label like this one. Now, we're obviously not going to be using this indicator by itself because, as you can see, there are quite a lot of really bad signals that it produces. To filter out some of these bad signals, we're going to add a momentum indicator called Moving Average Convergence Divergence, this one right here. Again, access the settings panel by clicking right here. Then on the Style tab, uncheck the MACD line and the signal line like this, and then click OK. Now, as mentioned earlier, this indicator is a momentum indicator. To take a long trade, we want to make sure that there is enough bullish momentum in the market to push the price in the direction of our trade. That is going to be indicated by a dark green MACD histogram, like right here. But what if it's not dark green? What if it's instead light green, like it is right here? Well, in that case, we will not take any long trades. For short trades, we want to make sure the histogram is dark red. If it's light red, we will not take any short trades. Now this chart setup looks decent, but it can be a lot better if we added a trend confirmation indicator. Let's do that. On the Indicators tab, search for 3 moving average exponential, and it's gonna be this one right here. Again, we're gonna access this indicator settings by clicking right here. On the Inputs tab, change the fast length to 50, medium length to 100, and slow length to 200. On the Style tab, make the following changes exactly like I'm doing right now. After that, click OK. Now, as mentioned earlier, this indicator will be our trend confirmation indicator. We will only take long trades on bullish trends and only short trades on bearish trends. Now, you may be asking yourself,
but what is a bullish trend? And what is a bearish trend?
Well, a bullish trend is formed when the 3 EMAs are aligned like this. The green EMA should be at the bottom, the orange one in the center, and the red one at the top. For a bearish trend, the green EMA should be at the top, the orange one remains in the center, and the red one should be at the bottom. This is a bullish trend, and this is a bearish trend. Anything other than these configurations will mean that the market is consolidating and we will not take any trades. Now, our strategy setup is so much better, but we need to add one more indicator to prevent us from taking trades when the market is oversold or overbought. That indicator is called RSI. Select this one that says Relative Strength Index. Click here to access the settings panel. Then on the Style tab, you're gonna modify the style settings exactly like I'm doing right now. and then click OK. We will no longer take long trades after the RSI line reaches 80 and above. The opposite is true for short trades, meaning that we will no longer take any short trades once the RSI line reaches 20 and below. Now, let's go over the conditions for entering trades. To enter a long trade, first, the MACD histogram should be colored dark green. Remember I said dark green. If it turns to light green, like this one right here, we wouldn't take any trades. Second, the parabolic SAR indicator should print a green label on a candle that opened and closed above the red EMA. Like here you can see we have the green label, and both the open price and the close price of this same candle were above this red EMA. Lastly, the market should be in a bullish trend without having been overbought since the beginning of that bullish trend. Let me explain. This is the beginning of our EMA bullish trend alignment. You know, the green at the bottom, orange in the center, and red at the top. So if you look at the RSI values from the beginning of this bullish trend all the way to our entry candle, you'll notice that it never reaches the 80 level, making this a valid entry candle. But what if it did reach the 80 level? Like right here we see that the RSI was at 88.69 and hours later we got this buy signal. Of course, we wouldn't take it because as per my backtesting, the majority of this usually don't turn out profitable. You would instead wait for the trend to completely shift to bearish and take short trades while waiting for the next bullish trend before you can take any more long trades. Now back to our trade. All the entry conditions are met on this candle, so we're gonna enter a long trade. We're gonna set our stop loss below the most recent swing low, and for the take profit, we're gonna set it at 2 times the risk. We let the trade run and full TP. Now here is another example. As you can see here, the MACD histogram was colored dark green. The parabolic SAR indicator printed this green label on this candle which opened and closed above this red EMA. Lastly, we see that the market was in a bullish trend and the RSI never got into the overbought level since the beginning of this bullish trend. We enter a long trade here, set our stop loss below the most recent swing low, which is this one right here, and for the take profit, we're gonna set it at 2 times the risk. We let this trade run and full TP. Now to enter a short trade, we're gonna do the exact opposite of everything we did for long trades. First, the MACD histogram should be colored dark red. Remember I said dark red. If it turns to light red, like this one right here, we wouldn't take any short trades. Second, the parabolic SAR indicator should print a red label on a candle that opened and closed below the red EMA. Like here you can see we have the red label and both the open price and the close price of this candle were below this red EMA. Lastly, the market should be in a bearish trend without having been oversold since the beginning of that bearish trend. Again, I'm gonna explain. This is the beginning of our EMA bearish trend alignment. You know, the green at the top, orange in the middle, and the red at the bottom. So if you look at the RSI values from the beginning of this bearish trend all the way to our entry candle, you'll notice that it never reaches the 20 level, making this a valid entry candle. But what if it did reach the 20 level? Like right here we see that the RSI was at 19.06 and hours later we got this sell signal. Of course, we wouldn't take it, even though it might have been profitable. There will be more trades like this one that eventually result in more and more losses. Now back to our trade. All the entry conditions are met on this candle, so we enter a short trade. We're gonna set our stop loss above the most recent swing high. And for the take profit, we're gonna set it at 2 times the risk. We let this trade run and full TP. Now here is another example. As we can see here, the MACD histogram was colored dark red. The parabolic SAR indicator printed a red label on this candle which opened and closed below the red EMA. Lastly, we see that the market was in a bearish trend and the RSI never got into this oversold level since the beginning of this bearish trend. We enter a short trade here, Set our stop loss above the most recent swing high. And for the take profit, we're gonna set it at 2 times the risk. We let this trade run and full TP. The most important question now is,
how exactly does this strategy perform in different market conditions?
well, to answer that, I'm gonna backtest it 150 times using a risk to reward ratio of 1:2. The account size is gonna be set at $1,000 and we're gonna be risking 2% of that every time we take a trade. Let's get into it. After 150 trades, we see that the win rate of this strategy was 60.67% and the gain on the account was 977%. These numbers are really good for a 1:2 risk to reward ratio. We see that it had an amazing profit factor of 3.08, 6 consecutive wins against 4 consecutive losses, and a maximum drawdown of 7.76%. Also, the backtesting for this strategy took 9 months. As always, remember this is just 150 trades and the backtesting didn't have any discretion or subjectivity. If you want to trade using this particular strategy, be sure to do extensive backtesting and forward testing and customize it to your liking so you can have as much confidence as possible when trading with it. If you like this video, please hit the like button below and consider subscribing to stay tuned. Thanks for watching and I'll see you guys next time.